Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa Oklahoma. Once again, out here to prophesy down for Babylon the Great. First things first, head to the east. Give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kadash. Title Hebrew tongue, quick name, Heavenly Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Double honors and prophets, elders, great millstone. Shalom to you, sisters, brothers, like it's true. Shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying and trading themselves the food. Shalom. Hey, come talk today. Get back to the basics, Yahshua Allah. And what's that? Basically, gonna do like a spiritual DNA test, right? To prove that we are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. You know, it's a very controversial topic in America or Babylon the Great right now, because you have a people claiming our identity, but they don't fit the curses of the Bible. See, Yahushua is so great in his infinite wisdom that he put certain things that people go through so that when they get scattered amongst other nations, you know who they are, depending on the curse that he will put on his people. It's kind of like a marker. It's kind of like, you know, what they always say, oh, you mark that baby, she looks just like you. She got the nose, the eyes, you know, certain markers that his people will have in the current day to know that they are the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And you can find that in Deuteronomy chapter 28 when you go up under the curse. See, when you look at the Ish people, the Ish people, they don't fit the curse at all. And like when I look at it, even when they tell you their name, they call themselves Ish. Ish mean you are like, but you are not. And they look just like Edomites, because they really are. And like now the world's waking up to that fact, and that's why everything is going into motion, because everything is predicated on Yahweh Shasha's children waking up to the true knowledge of who they are, their nationality, and that's happening at a high clip right now. Like everybody, the number one topic in Babylon the Great, where it was, everybody talking about football and other stuff, but it's still a hot topic is who are the Hebrew Israelites? You know, that's a very hot topic right now, especially since he put it on the rich man to say something. So I'm gonna start out with this right here, which is a very prominent curse that don't fit the Ish people. And this is Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and they shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. You peep, they say, I'll lead you to Egypt again by ships. Now, if you in Africa or Israel, you don't go to Egypt by a ship. You know you want to talk about, you know, physical, you know, Egypt. Because Babylon the Great is known spiritually as Egypt, because it's a place of bondage. So he's talking about Babylon the Great America. You're going to go by ships. So when you do a quick history test, like American history teach you that we came over here by ships. You know, the southern tribes, you know, you had yokes of iron on your neck. You were sold on auction blocks. You know, that's like very factual American history. I want to say what 1619. That's on the records. American history. First slave sold. And what's that? Virginia. I want to say Jamestown, Virginia. You know, I could be wrong on that, but I know it's 1619. So that's all on the books, man. That's why now Edomites are now trying to clean up, you know, their history, critical race theory. Don't talk about that. Leave that alone. You know, because now they like, dang it, they figured it out based on what my ancestors did. So let's not talk about that. Let's act like it didn't even happen. You know, I'm like, nah, dude, your country was founded on that. We got to talk about that. So ain't no way around that. You plus, that's the devil. That's like cleaning up your evidence, you know, trying to like, let me clean that up real quick. That didn't happen. Nothing to see here, you know. So that shows Esau is the criminal. Now he's trying to cover up the evidence. And it said, hold on, I'm just breaking it down. It said that you will see it no more again. They're talking about Israel, man, our homeland. You know, and then you've had a slave ship called Jesus. You know, all kinds of slave ships. You got the names. Like if you go to I can't think of that website, but I might even do a lesson, put it in the description box. It's like voyage.org. It's a site where it tracks all the slave ships, slaves that went over. And I noticed when you go all the way back, the names started turning to Paleo Hebrew. Like when I seen that, I was like, wow, there it go right there. You know, and it said you be sold to your enemies. You know, Esau, Edom is your enemy. You know, that is not our brother, but that's our enemy, man, because he sold us, split up families and everything. And it said bondmen and bondwomen. So we were property to Esau. You know, that's a curse right there. And then he said, no man shall buy you. Esau tried to use that to say, oh, see, you didn't go into slavery. Said no man shall buy you. But you just seen bond woman to bond woman. So, and it says sold into your enemies. So you talk about buy you, mean you won't be redeemed. The only person going to redeem us is Yahweh Shah. You know? Go ahead.
I just want to address that when the argue brought out that bring into Egypt again with ships, you can actually go into Exodus chapter 20, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, and Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Okay, so when he's talking about I will bring you into Egypt again with ships, he's really saying that I will bring you into bondage again with ships. All right, so I just wanted to address that. That's where the confusion is coming in at when they try to say they wasn't slave ship. They'll make up all any old kind of excuse just to try to say that we are not Yahweh. All right, you got it.
Going back into what the brother said, these devils is trying to clean up that mess and trying to get rid of critical race theory and all kind of things. Don't want us to talk about it. This is Habakkuk 2:16. It says, thou art filled with shameful glory. It says, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's exactly what's happening, man. Shameful spewing is on their glory. At first, they was told lies and all kind of things, and they thought they was just ruling over people, and everything was gotten by God. But now they know everything was gotten by falsehood and by bloodshed, and it's starting to look bad on them. And all the nations are starting to see, everybody's starting to wake up, and the Lord is starting to turn everything around on them. And now they're trying to hide it and trying to clean it, but the Lord has uncovered their hiding places.
I got to put that back up to Akadar real quick. It's Job chapter 8:22. And it said, they that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfect, man. They came out of perfect time. Like you say, man, they trying to cover up their tracks. And like, when you think about it, these devils used to have a pride to talk about that. They used to be a prideful thing. You know, you'd be like, yeah, I had y'all was a slave. Y'all was a slavery. You know, especially when we was coming up to school, they taught that. And Esau had pride, and you know, I remember anybody who was learning in school, he looked at me like, yeah, you was a slave. And this, and that. Now you are in what, 2023? And now it's the shameful thing, man. So that shows you that y'all turning back the clock. You know, things are reversing. Now they're shameful about it. So the precept, the Akim just brought out, man, that process has been fulfilled right now. Now they're shameful on their glory. They taking back statues. They're trying to cover up all their tracks. I'm like, dang, devil. The 20 years ago, you know, that was a private thing to talk about. 40 years ago, you love to talk about that. Like, yeah, we had this, we did them like that, but now it's the true knowledge of the Hebrew Israelites coming out. Now they're like, oh, no, we didn't do that. You know, Revelation 13:10 is hitting heavy. So they're not trying to say, oh, we didn't do that. What they want to do is try to act like, you know, they want to get rid of, like, us, this current generation, get rid of us, and then, like, have it where the new generation don't even know. That way they can't tie back their roots to slavery to know that they're Hebrew Israelites.
That's what they did before. That's what they did before in the slavery day. They killed the old elders, and then they brought up the young and indoctrinated. That's the same thing that they're trying to do now.
Trying to run it back. Yeah. But this time it ain't gonna work, man. The Lord is about ready to close up on Esau. It's about to be dark in this tabernacle. So I'm gonna bring this up too to edify that the priest I read earlier, to go to let you know that Babylon the Great is tied to Egypt. You know, you can look back at your $1 bill. It's Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie on the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Let's talk about Babylon the Great, man. Because it's also like Sodom. All I can do is look at the alphabet agenda. That thing is running rampant right now. Like, man.
Theology being practiced here now, too.
God, all kind of like reverse, abominable acts is now like the mainstream right now in Babylon the Great. Like, you got dudes like, man, you got to like really question if you run down on something. Like, job I work at now, like, a lot of times we be like, well, what is that? Like, we be trying to, like, we making bets on what that is. Like, it'd be like gender reveals. Because you'll see something, you don't even know what that is. Like, is that a man or a woman, you know? And it'd be up for debate. You get up there like, what you think it is? You know, and it's a lot of, it's sad. And it said, especially called Egypt. Because, like, especially places like, when you think about like Freemasonry, all the like Babylon the Greats. It's called Babylon the Great because they got every wicked thing from every civilization to here on out. And a lot of the stuff they bring with them is Egypt. And they put it on their money. You got a pyramid on the left side, and you got the eagle, which is tailored like the god of horse on the right side. Those are the Egyptian symbols on the $1 bill. Where did they get that from? Because they ransacked Egypt and took Hamite stuff too. Esau steal everything. Go ahead.
I said, plus if you go to Memphis, as soon as you pull into Memphis, you'll see a big pyramid right there. Hey, they put little pieces of evidence all around their country, letting you know this is spiritual Egypt and spiritual Babylon and spiritual and a revised empire of Rome. That's why you see that's why everybody knows that the Romans was the Edomites. So now that's why you see the architecture is just like the Edomites architecture in Petra and things of that nature. You got it as well. And to clarify on that precept that the brother just read, he said where they crucified our Lord. And we know that the Lord wasn't crucified here in Babylon the Great, like physically, but he was crucified like spiritually. Like they took his image out. Hey, now they got him as a blonde haired, blue-eyed devil. Hey, shit, they teaching he was all good and he don't hate and all this to try to keep you docile. His spirit was his name is gone. Hey, like they trying to crucify him that way instead of physically here. You got it.
Like how you put that. He was crucified twice. They did it physically in Jerusalem, but they did it spiritually over here in Babylon the Great. They say they tore up his whole image, you know, and straight whitewash. So he was crucified over here in Babylon the Great. If you look at the white Jesus, man, that is not Yahweh at all. Like I said, man, that's straight misrepresentation right there. You know, that's just like if Tupac, they try to tailor him as some white dude or something like that, like straight tore his image up. So they let you know, hey, this place right here, Babylon the Great, got a lot to pay for, man.
They also you know, crucified all the prophets as well too. You know, every time you watch a movie, you know, Moses is a white man, Mary, all of them people like that. So it's a continual thing that they're trying to do.
Cover up the face of the judges thereof. That's how you know it's Esau too. That was a question in Job down to 24. Now we know who the wicked is. The ones that did that iconoclasm and covered up and put their image in the book. This is like what's that? First Maccabees 3:48. They put their likeness in our word. That's it. The Bible proves who Esau is, the wicked, man. And he's found out. Now he's like, he at the point now he just gotta bring the sword because he's exposed so bad. This devil stripped bare naked, man. And there's nothing they can say. They're like, they walk up and down the highway, they just look stupid because they know we're saying it's the truth. I be listening to them like, I dare you to come combat this. Don't make yourself look stupid. You know you the devil, you know? So check it out, I'm gonna read this right here. This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So that proves right there, we Hebrew Israelites. It can't be the Ish people. They own everything. They're not going to no other nation, you know, needing bank loans, needing food, entertainment industry. Like they run everything. They're the head of everything. So that proves that you're not the people. The people be at the bottom and have to go to other people anything they need. That's us. We don't have no banking institutions. We don't have no educational systems. We don't have no medical systems. We don't own entertainment. We are the entertainers. We don't own the entertainment business.
And every time that Jake tries to do that thing, hey, the Edomites bring them down, bring them low. Just like Black Wall Street. They had banks, but they blew them up. Hey, Jake tries to own his own entertaining thing. What they do, they slander him, then kill him, then take it back from him. Like Prince and Michael Jackson, they were trying to own their own things. You got it out.
All kinds of entertainment. You got Sam Cooke, who was trying to bring Martin Luther King and Malcolm X together when they first made their last piece, and all three of them got killed. You know, it's a whole list it's a whole list of history that's evidence against these devils that we're talking about.
MC trying to tell them to put their money together, cut the Edomite out. He got knocked off. Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC and put on networking to help his people out. They put cases on him, took his money away. You know, so But what like Ox said is true, man. Jake can't own his own thing. When Jake tries to, Esau sabotage, which proves we're still in captivity.
That proves that we're the people.
God. So I mean, ain't no way around that, man. They prove like Jake, like Esau let you have something if he okays it. And like basically he just wants you to be like a rich nigga parade around. You can't own no grocery stores, you can't own no medical system, and you can't own no school that you teach his curriculum.
He wants you to be like Lazarus, or begging for crumbs from the rich man.
God.
He wants you to be eating the crumbs that he give you. And you can have them crumbs, but hey man, you ain't getting the whole plate.
Right. Without that, see, without those institutions, the economic power, we have to do what? Serve our enemies. So they can take that bag and sell out and put that dress on, you know, or do a humiliation ritual just to get a little bit of money. You know, they'll do that because he got to serve his enemies, man. Esau got Dana every Jake in comedy entertainment got to put on a dress and act like a Momo, you know, in order to keep getting them roles.
A damn clown, a comedian.
The woman got to be ratchet and hold out, got to be a harlot. You know, they promote that in the music, the acting. You know, you make a fool of yourself, then I'll give you some money. But if you used to be like some righteous, you know, she got her rap, or Jake got his fringes on, you know, talking about Hebrew, it's like, oh man, that knocked you off real quick. No, because it's like, I can't let you say you the people, because then it's going to make me look like a fraud. Because I've already stolen your identity. So I can't, like that, they go to prison, we got to get that occupant oppressive man his own heritage. I can't think what's right now, but yeah, we got to get that, because they oppress us on our own heritage.
You know, I got one to back y'all up as well too.
Yeah, go ahead, let it out.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 7, and it says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. All right, and when it said I have seen servants upon horses, meaning that the servant, but you got I can go back and you read when Rebecca went to go inquire when she was pregnant with Jacob and Esau, she said the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and so Jacob, Esau was supposed to be the servant. All right, and he said servants upon horses. Horses is symbolizing power. All right, so who's in power right now? And those are the two servants. And it says princes walking as servants upon the earth, meaning the princes that are at a low state. And who is the prince of power? Yasharala, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah, and it's a statue that perfectly represents that, man. That statue of Roosevelt,
Aquarian statue.
Yeah, he on a horse, you know, and then he got, and man, that was so symbolic, man. That's how I know Yabashah is like, woo. And he'll show you if your eyes are open. He got Roosevelt on the horse in the middle, and then you got a southern tribe on one side, and then you got the northern tribe on the other side. Two witnesses on the ground, you know. Then he on the statue, they walking behind him. And after they trying to remove that statue,
they already did.
They already did, huh?
Yeah, they removed it about a year ago, and they did it in the cover at night. But I got that precept that you called for. This is Micah 2:2. It says, "And they coveted fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage."
Ooh, and look, ain't no nothing prove that better than Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. They tried to claim their heritage. What happened to them? Esau took everything from them, slandered them, put them down, and made them feel like they was nothing. And all they did, all Kyrie Irving did was make a post. He didn't say nothing. He just posted a video. You know, they made it seem like he was the world's biggest criminal. So we are oppressing our own heritage because he done took you. And I like that scripture said, pick up that fields and take them by force. That shows Babylon the Great, man. The northern tribe was here first. Gad, Reuben, they was here first, man. Esau seen the land, it was good, and he took it by what? By the sword, man. Which is more evidence against him. You was not here first. Christian Columbus didn't discover nothing. You know, he's a thief. Esau's a thief, man. A thief and a robber, man. All they do is kill, steal, and destroy everywhere they go. You know, so it's proven upon them. You know, so they said you got the northern tribe, they got their sorrows, and you got the southern tribe got their sorrows. They took it from the northern tribe, they used the southern tribe to build it up. They say the devil, man, hey, he got a whole lot to pay for. And his crimes, this whole Bible, it's like we're reading the devil's rights. Like you did it, you guilty. You know? So we the witnesses, man. We the two witnesses, man. Northern tribe is crying to sign, southern tribe is crying to sign. And Yabashah is now starting to hear us, because now we're actually doing what he told us to do to get the land back. Because he told us what we need to do. He didn't say get a sword and go fight them. He didn't say, get your money up. No, man. He said, follow my laws and commandments, come back to me and pray to me and seek my face, and then I'll heal your land.
He also said, wait upon me until I rise up to the plate.
So now we doing that, and it's happening. And some days get, disenfranchised ain't happening fast enough, but yet it's happening. This place has been destroyed. So we seeing that, and we like, hey, pedal to the metal. We on the gas, spitting out prophecy, because this place is being destroyed. That's why Esau, he all nervous and scrambling. These devils are shook. They're like, oh man, that's why in a minute they're gonna ban this word in a minute, the Bible. It might come real soon too. I think they're about to meet in Davos. But they might not. Just know the World Economic Forum about to meet January 18th to discuss misinformation. So ain't no telling how that's gonna play out. Because they know they gotta stop us from doing what we're doing because we're coming up the truth. And the truth is eating them up like Pac-Man. It's hurting them inside. They can't combat us in these scriptures. They can't beat us spiritually. I wish the devil would come up here and try to disprove what I'm trying to say. I'll lop his head smooth off the scriptures. And that's another thing too they done did. They try to take our book. This is our heritage. This is our culture. So you try to take my Bible and produce it. First you put your image in it, little Bobo, Caesar Borgia, took the image. Then you made it as a love everybody doctrine while you out here killing and stealing and doing all that stuff. But you tell everybody else to love everybody. And then you use my book to disengage people. Tell them to close their eyes and pray real hard, then you stab them, and then using my book to do it. Somebody in the name of the Lord, I get to have your land and your resource. It's God's destiny. So that's woo. Hey, that's real criminal activity right there, man. Yeah, real bad right there. So Esau, hey, that's why, hey, woo, hey, we get that spiritual power, y'all shall come back. Hey, Esau, hey, that's why he about to extinct these devils. Because of the crimes they committed, man. They the one race gonna go extinct. And I see why now, because all the crimes they done did. Not only to the people, to the earth, to everything. These devils done hurt the water, the air. They done perverted everything. Now I see why the God hates them. Yahweh hates Esau. I see why. He destroys everything. Like Dennis the Menace. He's a disease. That's what Esau is. So I'm going to bring this out too. Well, I'm going to finish that 48. Which said I should put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. When you go back, I do is Google. When you go back to Southern Tribe, they had yokes of iron on their neck. Man, they even had the one they called jingle bells. Yeah. The ones with the hooks. That way if the slave ran, he'll get caught up in the woods and stuff. You had chains on your neck and your feet. You had to work. Hey, our ancestors had that, man. Then as you be born, you get one put on your neck. Then there's a minute they took them off, but then if you try to run or something, they chop your foot off, hang you. If you didn't pick it up cotton or whatever little job you're supposed to do, or if you looked them in the eye wrong, you got whipped with a bull whip or whatever, what they call it, a scourger. They whipped the back, the skin off your back, if you didn't do right. And as I say, put a yoke of iron on that until he destroyed thee. But the Lord is merciful. So he's not going to destroy his people, man. He only did that to punish us for not keeping the laws and commandments. Now here we are. Hey, we had enough of Esau. We had enough. So we over here trying to follow the laws and commandments to the best of our abilities, man. We had enough of this devil. We're like, I had enough. Oh, we sorry. We coming in repentful. Yeah, we coming in repentful. Like, we sorry, Lord. Please take us back, please. I can't take no more Esau. The Lord like, okay, I hear you. You doing right. Okay, so now it's flipping. The curse is now going on the Esau that was on us. Now Esau's getting division. Esau's on the drugs. They put a community for us. Because they try to destroy us with the crack epidemic. Dang, is that a skunk? They try to destroy us with the crack epidemic, put drugs in our community. And that's well documented too. What's it, you watched the movie called the Kill the Messenger? Yeah, and the CIA sold drugs, man. And they tested the drugs out in our communities. Now, meth and fentanyl is turning Esau up, man. I made a quick trip yesterday, trying to get some money at the ATM, man. This one with all kind of broke little meth out eating, asked me for change. I'm like, man, hell no. It's your kingdom, man. You should not be broke. I'm the one struggling. I'm the one that got everything against me. How I got money, you don't. You need to quit smoking meth, Esau. So it was an Edomite woman. I'm coming in the quicker. She asked me to change. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no change. So this heifer gonna follow me to the ATM machine, see me pulling my money, I'm gonna ask me again. I had to get a whole attitude with her little punk ass, Like, yeah, I see you. You see me getting my money, I ain't giving you shit. You a devil. And then you a woman at that. How you broke? You should have something, man. It's your kingdom. How you doing worse than me? They show you a fool, you know, and you a woman at that. All you had to do was not get on drugs, look decent, and somebody would have took care of you. Like women in this kingdom have it the easiest. Somebody will take care of you if you decent and your mind right. It's not that hard to be a woman at all, you know. And yet you got women here, Edomite women at that. This is your kingdom, and you left out broke and over here begging for some change. Man, I ain't get that help for nothing. She seen me stuff my 20s in my pocket, you know, and I talk shit to her ass, you know. Funky bitch, you know, it's like my French, but hey, that pissed me off though. This heifer gonna follow me to the ATM and ask me again. You know, she lucky I didn't give her a hard right to the face. That's what I felt like doing. That's what we're gonna do in the kingdom. You know?
Quick with that back
Straight
right
beat her. How dare you ask me for some more? That's I can't wait to the kingdom, man. Ask me for some more food. I'll take her back and beat the skin off of these Edomites and say, hey, Lord, when we get the kingdom, go ahead.
This is
fantasize.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7, and it says, "In the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy, and on them that hate thee will persecute thee." And that's pretty much just back up the ox right there in the testimony.
And it's like, and it's true. Curses are coming on Esau, man. Now they're like, they always said, they always like to brag on Jake. Jake do black on black crime. Jake ain't got no unity. You know, Jake is not educated, smoked out. Now you look at Esau, all the things that they said about us happened to them. You got Edomite crime, but they happen on a big wave. You got European Edomites coming to fight Babylonian American Edomites. That's what? White on white crime. But they done it before. What was World War I? What was World War II? What was the Civil War? You know, when the devil do it, hey, he drop bombs when they fight against each other. They ever talking about Jake, you see each other on the block for some little drugs, man. Right. Esau, like, that's your drugs, you know? So now, what's happening is, Jake is now getting together, man. You look at the Hope Lake, the remnant. Hey, we together, man. We ain't fighting with each other. We on one accord. We breaking down precept scriptures, man. We getting our unity back. We moving like a unit. Esau is now being divided. They're fighting each other. They fight each other over politics. They fight each other over all kinds of. They fight each other over map rocks. You know, fentanyl. They bummed out. You know, and then the drugs is hitting them, eating them up, man. You can tell they weak, man. Jake is still functionable on crack. You know, you find a crackhead, he still got money, a job. You know, Jake's still making it. I know that Esau, he messed out, man. He all the way on his butt. All the way on his butt, man. So the curse is coming up off us, man. Jake doing good too. Like, man, look at my Uncle Jake driving nice cars. They pissed Esau off. Esau in buckets. You know, Esau going down, man. Jake coming up. You know, and then like it proves that too, just standing where we at on Black Wall Street. Like, we can make something out of nothing. Like our ancestors was balling out of control, what, 30, 40 years fresh out of slavery? Yeah. And had a system better than theirs.
They went from not knowing how to read to having better education, foundation, all of
that. You know, everything, man. And now it's happening again. Esau like, oh, man, I got to roll on them. Like, they coming up again, man. Like, damn, we can now hold these people down for nothing. That's why, because we are the true Israelites. We are the people of the Lord. You know, their power, their skill set, that's in us. That's why we can do it, man. No other race can go through what we went through and still be here. You know, I just watched a video, man, Eve beat an Edomite up, an Edomite man up, man. You see that? I had a bloody. Yeah. Hey, took that lamp and straight blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man. That's why I said, well, I know we strong. Our women can beat up an Edomite man. Yeah, you know, he look like a frat boy. Yeah, you know, he couldn't fight, but still, you shouldn't let no woman beat you up.
Yeah, that too.
And she beat his ass. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, damn, dude. She made you look like a little schoolgirl. You didn't get no licks in. She straight grabbed you by your stuff, threw you on the ground, and beat you over the head with a lamp. And I'm like, that's a woman did you like that. So that's like, if Eve is that strong, look how strong we are. Because we got to deal with these women all the time. They fight us all the time. We don't get dead like that. But Eve straight beat Esau up. You know? I knew he was going to get beat up when she had him at her shoe. I'm like, damn, she swung you out your shoe? You know, she wasn't no big Eve or nothing. He wasn't ready for that Eve, man. You know, and it show how weak Esau is, man. Like, he can't handle our women. And we deal with these women every day. You know, and I know how strong Eve is. Like, look what she went through. And you look at how strong our women are, imagine the man. That's why now I understand why Esau's so scared of an Israelite man. He know how strong that dude is, man. He's scared. He know the woman to whoop him. So he like the man, like, hey, man, I gotta tarnish his image. I gotta buck break him. I gotta put him in a dress. I gotta whoop him mentally so he doesn't know how strong he is physically. You know? And see now with this wise counsel, the house of David, hey, we coming back into our manhood, man. We 10 toes down. We come back to that spirit of King David, warrior spirit. So that's why Esau's scared, man. He's so scared. He's like, I need robot soldiers. You know, I need machines. I need Terminators. These dudes here. You know how strong Jake is. You know, they probably scared. They're like, look, we ain't gang banging like we used to no more. That stuff going by the wayside. We ain't supposed to be doing drugs like we used to no more. They like, I need a job. They done cleaned the act up. They like, I need a job. Like, where I work at, it's more Jakes there than Edomites. Edomites keep leaving. They quit. They like, this hard. I can't do it. 2, 3 checks, they gone. Jake do it with ease. Like the job I do at my job, the majority of people that do that are Jakes. Because Esau can't do it. Because y'all saying my legs hurt, my feet hurt. Like, yeah, he can do it maybe 2 weeks. And after that, he get to crying and complaining. He got to go back to his old position. All the ones who do my position are all Jakes. But Jake can do it, you know, easy. We got a little athleticism. I noticed that Esau looking bad, too. Esau in his 20s with a beard belly. Esau in his 30s losing all his roof, his hair. You know, I tell you, the Edomites my job all the time. I'm 37. They be like, I'm like, yeah. They be like, how you do it, man? Edomite dudes be like, man, you just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Your legs don't hurt. I'm like, nah, man, this is what I do. You know,
if Jackson they 40 be looking like they in their 20s, man.
Yeah, God. Esau looking bad, aging bad, man. It shows like the curse is falling upon them, man. They looking bad. Then they losing their wisdom. They becoming real dumb, caveman status, ooga booga. They can't do nothing right. Like they gotta go to Jake for ideas now. I know, but they always had to do that, but now they gotta do it even more. They gotta lean on Jake. So that's hurting their feelings. They heard it live. They was told they was intelligent. They was told they was superior. Wanted the white supremacy. They thought they was supreme. They starting to realize I ain't that. Actually, I'm inferior. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49:7, and it says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is the counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. And it's yeah, that's it right there. I can jump down to 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and I shall not be able to hide him. He should not be able to hide himself. His seed is full, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. You
hear that? His seed is spoiled, and it is. His seed is doing meth. His seed is doing fentanyl. You know, his seed is out here bummed out begging for change. That's their future generation right there. It ain't looking good for Esau. Then they have a low birth rate. They having to do in vitro. They having to go to the doctor to try to get their sperm count up. They having problems even getting like a birth.
They even taking it far as in some states they'll give some Edomite woman a tax break just to have an Edomite baby. They're taking it as far as that in the law.
It says his wisdom is no more in Teman. Now you can see that straight up, like you can see that with your eyes closed. But all his CD19 and all his policies and stuff is dumb as hell. Like it's tacky, it's sloppy. Like it wasn't like that at first. It says his counsel perished from the prudent. Like, hey man, like all his counsels is just going against Jake. But like it's no longer like working against Jake. Everything that he does for Jake, it turns on his own self. He's killing himself.
And another, let's elaborate on the point even further. Like when you think about the abortion clinic, you know, they set all those abortion clinics in Yasserala's neighborhood. But when you go inside her, it's Edomite women that's getting abortion. You see? So those curses are definitely falling on Esau here.
I got a quick one. This is Proverbs 26 and 27. Whosoever diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return on him. And that's exactly what's happening with Esau Edom. All the stuff that he put for Jacob to fall in, that trap that he put for us to fall in, and he's falling in it, man. all the bad, the schooling and his kids on drugs and stuff. Hey, he made that trap for Jake, but now hey, he's falling on it. You got it out.
And then look at this. I know that the devil, since now they number one in abortion, I didn't want to say reverse that, peel that back. It's unconstitutional. It's not right. That's not a good act. I'm like, that shows you the devil, man.
They're the number one on drugs now. We need drug reform. We need to help them out. Right. But when it was Jake, let's throw them in jail. Let's kill their ass.
All my uncles was in jail when they was on crack and all of that. Wasn't no programs. Like even in their programs, they even be giving them a little bit of drugs to take pro. I'm like, wow, man, like y'all some real funky devils,
Let's
man.
get them a safe place to do drugs. I even heard that. It was a little article on that. Let's give them a safe place to do drugs so they won't be on the street. They giving them a place to do wickedness.
God, they call it the opioid epidemic. You know, they like, we bring awareness to this. We need to repeal this back. You know, but when Jake was on drugs, it was full head of steam on that. You know, my uncles had to go to jail to get off drugs. They didn't give a damn. Now it's all kind of little programs and outreach programs. They doing everything they can to prop Esau up, and it's still, you know what's funny? It's not working, ain't helping. Little Susie still smoking her meth. She still popping her pills, her opioids. You know, it's not gonna work, man. The Lord done spoke, man. He done with Esau. So these curses gonna eat Esau up, because this is what I noticed. We are the people of Yahweh Shah. Therefore, the curses wasn't gonna destroy us. It was only made to put a whooping stick to us. Yeah, so we was gonna come up off the curses. Now with the curses been put on Esau, he weak. They gotta remember, Esau's inferior to us. So these curses getting on Esau, and it's eating them up alive. It's gonna destroy Esau.
It's killing him.
God, it's gonna destroy him, man. It's eating him up alive. He can't fight off that. Esau ain't strong. You know, so I'm looking at the curses to jump on Esau. Esau just done. And plus, Esau can't repent. We can repent and get the curses off us if we have the birthright. So that's another thing that we got to call Allah Yahweh Shah on, that we can repent, and we're doing the things that, you know, we're repealing the curses by coming back to him. Esau can't do that. There's no repentance for Esau. So when the curses come on Esau, he just fucked. You know, it's like my French, but he is. Ain't no coming back from that. When they get on Esau, he just gonna go down, straight sinking ship. And that's why Esau fight tooth and nail with his system, trying to, you know, make sure curses don't get up on him. But man, the Lord putting it on the head, be like, man, hey, my word don't go out, boy. My people doing right. I'm bringing them back. You know, I want my people back. They supposed to rule anyway. You, I hate you. So I'm throwing you down, man. Then when I raise them all the way up, and they gonna kindle in you.
Got a quick one. This is Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon my people, upon the people of my curse to judgment." It says, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. It is with blood of lambs and goats, with the fatness of with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord has sacrificed in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." You got it up.
Yeah, you hear that? Idumea is a Greek word for Edom. So that's the Lord up there giving the condemnation to Esau. What he gonna do, man? He said that sword is bathed in heaven. What's they talk about? World War III, the climax of that's gonna be them ICBM nuclear missiles going on. That's gonna destroy Esau's whole infrastructure.
Not even only World War III. That sword goes into all the calamities that he's putting on Esau. The drugs, the white on white crime that's coming out, all the stuff that he put on us. Hey, that's still a part of the sword of the Lord, man. The Lord is destroying this damn devil. He's taking that sword off us a little bit, because it's gonna be on Jacob till the Lord come back. But hey, he put it on Esau Edom, and Esau Edom can't handle it, man. Esau is dying off from that. Jake, we resilient.
I got a quick to back y'all up right here. So when the oxygen mentioned that Jacob can endure these curses, okay, but Esau can't. So this is Isaiah chapter 14 and 1. And it says, "The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will have mercy on Jacob." All right. And then when he said that, he said, "Will have mercy on Jacob." And that word for mercy is the Hebrew word for kaya. And it said to love and deeply have mercy, be compassionate. All right. So the Lord is going to have compassion on Jacob. Now, who is Jacob? All right. Jacob's name will change to Esau when it goes into the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So we're receiving that mercy from Yahweh Shai. All right, and we know when he said he will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined unto them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Verse 2, this for Esau. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servant and handmaid, and they shall take them captive, who captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Woo, that's that reversal right there. Esau's greatest fear is about to be a reality real soon, man. That's why the devil's scared. And read verse 3.
Verse 3. And it says, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
Hey, he gonna give us rest, man. He putting hell on Esau, man. Hey, we're gonna have our feet on his back this time, man. Hey, we're gonna be making Edomite pillows out of with their children. Hey, we're gonna be at rest. You got it. Read that thing.
And it says, and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Hey, we had to go through hard bondage, man. We had fear of Esau Edom at one point in time, man. Hey, that shit is gone now, man. Of thus of the hopeful elect. Hey, we don't care about Esau Edom. Hey, we know this devil is through. You got it.
And in verse 4, one more. In verse 4, and he said, and thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how are the oppressors cease, the golden city cease?
Yeah, because the Lord about to make this place cease, man. The Lord is destroying this place. He's turning this place right side up, giving his people what he promised them in the world.
Baby, that's the kingdom of heaven coming, man. I'm gonna read this right here. Going back to Deuteronomy chapter 30, start at 30 and 1. And this will come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing of the curse, which I said before thee, and thou shalt call to mind among all the nations with the Lord thy Yahweh had driven thee. So now he's calling to mind what? The wisdom not to understand this book, you know, the laws and commandments. So with that coming back to us, you know, all the Israelites are now waking up. You got brothers on every continent pushing out this truth, you know. So now we all been sealed with this knowledge, coming back into our heritage. And now, hey, that's the Lord gathering up his hopeful elect, man, getting us ready for rulership. Going to preach that the brother just brought out, you know. That's that ease coming in, that's that rest coming in, man. Now we coming in the house of David, and we get ready for salvation and deliverance. I'm gonna read number 2. It's Deuteronomy 30 and 2. And shall return unto the Lord thy Yahweh, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. And thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul. And verse 3, that then the Lord thy Yahweh will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations with the Lord thy Yahweh have scattered thee. That process is happening right now. You know, the Lord is now gathering us up through his word. Through his word is how he's gathered us, man. He said, my sheep hear my voice. And now we're all coming to the house of David. We all coming on one accord. We're cleaning our act up. We follow Lord's commandments, best our abilities. We're in the spirit of repentance. We praying, calling up to him, and he's hearing that, man. We're singing that righteous song, man, that new song. It goes into this gospel. You know, the names get called out in the Paleo Hebrew again. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. You know, the Lord like, okay, they get ready now, man. So that's why the curse is coming up off of us. Because now we're doing what we're supposed to do. Now we're doing, let me go to this. 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. And it reads, if my people, which are called by my name, Yahshua Allah, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Ooh, and we're doing that, man. We're praying in the Lashawan Kodash, the Paleo Hebrew, and we're praying turning to the east when we pray. And we over here doing everything to seek the faces of our Lord. And hey, you can see the vibration is turning on Esau Edom, and the vibration of wickedness and curses on us, hey man, it's easing off a little bit. Hey, we walking a little bit more cooler, a little more stride in our walk. Hey, we don't gotta walk that restricted walk no more as we used to walk because we praying to the Lord. You got it.
Big time, man. He said I will hear from heaven, man. The Lord is here. They said, and I will forgive their sin. That's big right there. That's the whole reason that curse on us. Because we had sin. Who's that sin? You know, King Solomon, you know, when they start going off and following other gods, you know, that's sin right there. Then Esau made sure he stayed on false gods when he presented Jesus to us. As long as you worship Jesus in Pleasant Christianity, you stay in sin. They say the law commandments done away with. So they tell you to throw your culture in the trash can and keep eating your pig feet and your pork, and they say, Lord, forgive me, and go out there and do, all kind of adultery, and just be a straight wild nigga.
See, these other nations know, and it's even it's even in the scriptures. Hey, they was like, hey man, if we keep them in sin, hey, we can rule over them. We can get them. But like if we every time we came out of that and started repenting, hey, what happened? The Lord had turned us up and we destroyed their ass. So hey, that's what Esau Edom is doing. That's why everything is turned upside down. That's why pork is the cheapest thing in the planet. Shit, Jake always eating pork and shit because hey, that's the cheapest thing. Esau want to keep you in sin. Hey, he wants you afraid of that white Jesus. Go to church. And that's why they over here getting pissed off because nobody is walking into their churches no more, giving them money. You got it up.
Yeah, and like you said, pork is very plentiful. That's number one meat in Babylon the Great. You can go anywhere and get some pork, And then when you want to get fancy, you got some crab legs, lobster, and shrimp for you. If you think you fancy, and stay in sin that way. All of the bundle food is the number one thing promoted in Babylon the Great. And he specifically wants Jake to eat that. When Jake eat pork, you get high blood pressure. What else? Other ailment, heart attack. That's why Jake got all these ailments, man. Diabetes, yeah, because we eating abominable food. We eating stuff that Yahweh told us not to eat. Catfish. I know that Jake like to eat everything the Lord said not to eat. Who made us do like that? Esau.
Esau pushed that YOLO spirit, do what you want, because that's sin. That's the number one. Commandment in what is that? Satanism. Hey, do as thou wilt.
Thy will. God,
right. You keeping us in sin, and that's why Jake is easy to get rolled over.
Vulnerable acts. Got Jake whole gender off. Jake want to be a woman. Then the woman want to be a man, and that's off. And with your genders mixed up like that, Esau could dominate. Woman is not built to be a man.
Esau got Jake the leading face of the LGBTQYZXY. I gotta throw extra letters in there to throw off the algorithm.
Hey, plus, put the plus before letters to come. They gonna put the whole alphabet up in a minute if we stay here. And them buggers be the whole alphabet. That's why we gotta get out of here, man. And I noticed with him crossing the genders, like it makes him easy to dominate, man. Cause even though she can beat up some Edomite men, she's not built for leadership, man. She's not built to sing this new song, because he said the flock of my pastor are men. So if Jake is in an LGBT ABCXYZ, mentality, then Esau get the rule. But Jake over there got a dress on and some heels, talking about honey bones, stuff like that. Then I ain't got to worry about Jake. I can sleep comfortably at night. He over there, getting the backside pushed in. He ain't even a man. And with that, he sure ain't gonna come into, being a real man, a man of the Lord. They find gold, that precious gold. He ain't gonna be that. But now Esau seeing a real man being that precious gold, singing that new song, and he's scared. And now we reproving our people too. We telling our people, don't be doing that LGBT, all that. The Lord is against that. As I say, this devil done took our book, but he break every law in the book. Because he promotes that. The Bible, it says not to do that. But this devil say do it. So it's like the devil, he's a big time hypocrite.
How they keep that going with that they hate the sin but love the sinner. Yeah, they come with that BS.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like I did a lesson on it, man. With that Pastor Pork Chop, man. Straight madness. That's what they promote and teach, man.
Straighten out the Hebrew Israelite. We can't even straighten this out.
I was meaning to watch that, man. I'm probably gonna just cut him up, man. He said he cut himself the whole time.
Then he titled it, we are not Hebrew Israelites. Like, see that, and that's those don't control opposition right there, man. Those don't what we call those are hirelings. Okay, that's what he is. He's a hireling. All right, because he got the Akadosh just did a lesson about that, and he basically just said he compared us to the KKK. I'm like, come on now.
Bad too. Like I said, we ain't hung nobody, we ain't missed nobody, we ain't burnt crosses in no yard.
We ain't damn near destroyed did mass genocide to a nation. We ain't did none of that.
So after that just show that Stockholm syndrome is big in the 2/3, man. And then I know he getting paid. He getting that 501c3 kickback, man. So that shows, man, like Ox said, man, we got a lot of Israelites that's turning against their nationality just to get, a little bit of money, man. And those are our enemies. That's why 2/3 got to go. because they don't want to come back to their nationality, but we do.
And that's very important right there, because what that scripture is saying, be not ignorant of Satan's devices. Those are one of Satan's devices right there when he hired somebody to go against the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Yahweh.
The whole nation.
Yeah.
You heard, I was watching Oculus, they like, tell it.
Oh, what?
Show is.
You can tell the Christian churches is true because they were saying that, but you can hear it was only like one person, one clap. Like that's why they didn't show the congregation.
About 5 members.
Yeah, 5 people in there. Preach it, pastor.
Yeah. And they're the old ladies, the ones that's already probably the one along with that pandemic.
Yeah, they gone.
Yeah.
The first precept he pulled cut himself. Talking about my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The Bible tells us we the people all day long.
Right, all day long, man. Like bring out Romans 9:13. I show you people that like is 100% ain't read their Bible, man. Because they didn't understood it, they wouldn't listen to that dude. They'd be like, what about this? What about that? The Bible says this. So what about that dude to get mad and kick him out this church? Because he can't explain that stuff. I said, that's all you gotta do. That's why, like I said, the lack of knowledge, man. Get the knowledge of this book, and he can't preach to you no more. You know he old. You know he your enemy. That's why I look at everybody. I ain't got to know deep analysis or examination. Somebody tell me, I go to church every Sunday. I worship Jesus. I knew right there you through. I know right there you through, man. And it's a good chance that I cannot rehabilitate you the truth. Because if I do, we'll be sitting here arguing.
And that goes to us, following what Yahweh Shah said, because he even told the disciples. He said, take heed that no man deceive you. He said, many shall come in my name saying, I am the anointed. All right.
It was a dude going around offering people money. Man, give me a Bible verse and I give you $20 if the Christians. Hey, none of them even knew a Bible verse, man.
Right. Sad.
That's the lack of knowledge right there.
Sad. Go to church every Sunday. You don't know why one verse, because he really don't bring out verses. They might bring 5 of them out. You might hear that same 5 your whole 20 years of going to church.
Right.
Don't know nothing, man. And see that goes in the curses too, man. That's some Jakes with the curses destroyed that Jake. He's totally fixated on spitting a lie. And he's at the point where he doesn't want to come back to his hurt. He's comfortable.
You could tell he took the bag because hey, that's something that he might have said this on TV or some shit. Right. They just like the KKK. You could tell there was scripture.
Yeah, and Yahweh Shah said it best, man. You be persecuted and afflicted for my name's sake. And that's basically a persecution and affliction right there. He put that by him saying that was a form of persecution right there. And spiritual.
It shows these off, man. They said we could bring stuff out like this right here and have them all conflicted. Like this is I'm going to Deuteronomy 28:49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth. Look on the back of your quarter, the old quarters. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now, do those Ish people fit that? I don't think so, man. Yeah, they went to little camps or whatnot, but hey, my people got took by ships, by people whose flag represent the eagle, and we didn't speak the language they spoke. Right. They still got their language, man. They heard it still intact, man. They just went and got beat on a little bit, but they didn't go through what our people went through. They get the yokes of iron put on their neck. They didn't go into hard bondage slavery. They still spoke the same language. Wasn't that Germany? They all spoke German. So you didn't get took to another land where you didn't understand the language. My people spoke Paleo-Hebrew or Greek or whatever it was we were speaking on Swahili. We was in Africa. We came over here, we didn't speak no English. So we had to learn a whole nother language. We had to learn to read English. And the first thing they want us to read English, they used to hang us for that. Like, oh, you over here read, nigga? Yep. And you get strung up for that, And they said, bring a nation against thee from far, man. So Esau came, we over here, the northern tribe. Northern tribe over here, got stuff established, living in harmony with the land, feeding off the buffalo, doing little powwows, talking about hi, y'all. They were still saying the names a little bit, French on. And then here come Esau, the British and the pilgrims and all of that, the colonizers with their little muskets, and they get to shooting them and stuff, and they put them catching their own land. Conquistadors, talking about what was they? The Puritans, the little 13 colonies on the East Coast, and they came in, hey, killing, stealing, and destroying, man. Killed all the buffalo. We in Oklahoma, it should be buffalo roaming when we go out in the wilderness. You see buffalo. But they killed almost all the buffalo. And they did that trying to destroy Jake, and it still didn't work. Northern tribe's still here. And so the devil like, God, now I can't do nothing to get rid of these people. He wanted to exterminate the Northern tribe and take the land, but he can't. So he had to do little peace treaties, in order,
every last one of them damn treaties.
Yeah, order to desensitize people, make you think he's friendly. Then they use the book. Now Jesus said, look, you need to convert to Jesus and Christianity. They're like, man, who, what? We go by Yahweh. We on this peace pipe, And man, that's it, man. I'm gonna read 52. A nation of fierce continents, we should not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. That's Esau, man. Esau don't care about the elderly, man. He worked out elderly to death, man. They was molesting little young girls, the children. They still messing with children. You look at Esau with the sex trafficking trade, he still messing with children. Esau showing no face. Esau don't care that little child, little boy, 4 years old.
And the whole state of Georgia is built off of human trafficking.
Yeah, so there you go, man. That's another indictment on Esau, man. Talking about them curses, man. Esau didn't show favor to the young and old. The young had to get out there and pick cotton too, all day long. The old had to pick cotton. They all had to get the same quota, And it's like, hey, say if the old man is picking up cotton, they'll go get him in front of the whole plantation and hang him. And the youngest will see that, and they will scare them, and they'll never go against Esau because they seen grandpa get hung. So they go out there try to pick their cotton in fear, man. And that's devilish right there. They take a pregnant Eve, she pregnant, and they'll hang her and then slit her stomach and let the baby hang out to scare the other slave. That's that devil did that stuff, man.
Not only did they let the baby fall out, they thumped on the baby's head too.
See? Or dashed the little one's head against the stones, so they ransacking our kingdom.
You use the baby for gator meat.
Now where is that in the Ish people's book? That ain't happening to them, man. That ain't happening to them. That's how you know they ain't the people. They only got what Hitler do? Kill 2,000, 2 to 6,000. How many? What's the Esau knockoff?
Millions, probably hundreds of millions.
I think they said 2 to 6 million that them Ish people got killed, and us it was like 14 and plus.
Yeah,
almost a damn. That was just lowering the numbers.
Yeah,
it was damn genocide.
Yup. When you look at it, man, then you like, let's say you got to add in the Northern tribe too. Natives, that was by the millions right there. Then you add the Southern tribe in, hey man, hundreds of millions, man. Hey, look, this is how I know the Lord, man, got infinite wisdom. We'd have been done if we didn't have a birthright. The reason they can't get rid of us is because we had too many babies. They killed one and then Keisha them pushed out about 5, 6 more.
Same thing that happened in ancient Egypt. They was in bondage. We kept on multiplying.
I know you oppress us, you have more children. They get it in, they try to ease their pain, and there goes some more babies, man. You got to think about the Hispanic tribes. They push them out in big numbers. Natives, us, because I noticed when I talked to my pops, and we started, going back, because it's like my great grandma and my pops, that's a lot of them. And my grandpa, my pops told me back in their day, because I got country roots on the side. He said every Jake family had at least 11 children. That was the average back in the day. So we just not got this small number stuff. That's new. Back in the day, every family, he said, had 10 to 11 children. That was normal. So I'm like, dang, man, no wonder Esau had to come up with birth control and abortion and all of that, because if he didn't, he'd have been overrun. Like, man, that's dumplings, man.
Now look at Esau even today. He's feeling a little pressure right now. Esau feeling pressure now, and now he's the leading person that can't even have babies. Hey, once he get pressed a little bit, he dies off.
I got
they get oppressed, he go get it in. There go another. Don't have no multiple wives. It's over.
This little piece of history right here that in the book of Exodus right here, because this was what the doctor just mentioned. It remind me of this very chapter. So this is Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8, and it said, "Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph." So this is after that time when Joseph was sold to his brother, and he was the second in command, right? And he said unto his people, "Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we." And he said, "Come on and let us deal wisely with them, and let they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burden, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Panther, and Ramit. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because the children of Israel.
Hear that? That's happening all throughout history, man. Even now, like my wife got 4. I know others got 4. Like we still got big numbers, man. And they're like, I know they got to get their tools out. They got to like put the stop to it, you know. Otherwise, they have even more. They say Esau can't. He could barely have 1.
Yeah,
it's like, man, like he gotta exercise self-control.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he have a whole tribe. Like we make tribes, you know. I know some Jake men that got, man. I know a lot of Jake men that got a lot of children, man. I know a Jake man that got 12.
About 6. That's the average for a Jake dude, about 6.
Yeah, man. So that right there shows you that that's the birthright. That's another thing too. Like even the Ish people ain't having children like that. Like Esau as a nation right now are in a what do call that reproduction crisis. You know, their population is decline. I know they don't even keep the numbers no more on the census on birth rates no more. I think the last time I seen one, and they was at 0 in 17 states in like 2017. They was the only race of people in 17 states in the U.S. that was at 0 replacement rate. Everybody else, and guess who was number 1? Yasser, the Hispanics, the so-called blacks were number 1. And I'm like, that's their birthright, man. Now everything is making sense, man. So that blessing that Yahusha gave to our forefathers, man, that right there, I see why he gave that, man. Because that's like Esau can't get rid of us. Their birthright is why we'll always continue. And their birthright is going to lead us right into the kingdom of heaven. Because the remnant, those elect, are going to get the promise.
He told Jake to be fruitful and multiply.
God, Jake does that. And Esau, hey, he closing their wombs up. You know, Edomite woman got to go to a Jake man to have a baby. Really, that's the Israelite right there. That's even they women getting pregnant. So it shows that it's the Israelite man that's been what's that, impotent or been call it sterile. You know, it's him that can't. His sperm is weak. Man, that showed that the power was down with them, man. The Lord ain't blessing they the fruit of their loins.
Just elaborate on your point. Like when you actually go into because I went to college in Lawrence, Kansas, and it was nothing but interracial, you know, what they call modern day interracial relationship out there in Lawrence, Kansas. And most of all of those Jakes, they were white women dating you know, so-called black. So it was they got a whole population of Yasser in there. And most of them look like so-called white men too. So yeah, man, that hey, it's heavy. And that also proved that, you know, with all those Eve try to say I don't need a man, you know, it just further proved that we don't need you know, the so-called black woman just to reproduce our seed as well too. You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring one out. This Jeremiah Gabar. Shalom, much beloved brother right there, man. He came with a good one that goes right what we talking about, man. And then now we saying why the birth boom is happening with Jake. This Genesis, this is Genesis too. This Genesis 32:12. And thou sayest, I surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for a multitude. Right. Hey, that's true, man. So now, since we getting right, getting back to Yahusha, man, it's like now there's starting to be a birth boom with Jake, man. I know Jake is still being plentiful, more plentiful, you know. And hey, Lord willing, you know, they coming from a righteous man, you know, a man of the Lord, man, they'll get the kingdom, man. The ones that's been born back here, you know, a lot of them been born, numbers to the sword, the 2/3, but you got a lot of children that's gonna be born, and they're gonna get their salvation, their protection, because they are born from a man that the Lord gonna show favor to. The Lord loves him. So when that man get that spiritual power, he's gonna be able to take him and his seed. You know, so you got a lot of children that's gonna get salvation and get the kingdom, man. Based on this being birthed through the righteous, you know, the righteous loins of a righteous man that's seeking Yahusha. And that's a beautiful thing right there, man. That's gonna be, man, to see the salvation and protection of Yahusha is beautiful. To see us coming back to our nationality is beautiful. And to see it coming so strong right now. Like this thing is coming in real heavy. You got a lot of Jakes waking up to the fact that they're Hebrew Israelites, man. You know, and it's like it's starting to be overwhelming. Like Esau now has to deal with this. This just wasn't a prominent thing back in 1992. But here in 2023, like every Jake done heard it. Like you even get Jakes that's mad, like Charleston White, old girl Edamon Box thing, like they mad like you in your lesson. They preach about I'm gonna straighten them out. So everybody now this thing is like number one. Everybody know about it. It's dominating everything, man. And Esau like the black Hebrew Israelites. Yeah. You know, he know about it. So they think they're trying to figure out how to stop us. See, we come in the right way, because the Lord told us to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. So he really ain't got no problems against us. That's why Esau looking mad. That's why that Pastor Porter like said in your lesson look dumb. Talking about we like the KKK. No, we not. We ain't did no KKK like attributes. And then we say we hate Esau. We were telling you what the Lord say. He hate Esau. We disagreeing. We hate Esau too, because he's the devil in the flesh. So that's a righteous thing to say that. He just feel it's bad because the devil pays him, and he loves the devil. He got Stockholm syndrome. You know, he's the ones that's gonna, you know, starve to death, eat a bullet, be thrust through, or if he's lucky, eat a missile. If you make it past all the, you know, Jacob's trouble, that's his consolation prize. Unless he repent, which don't look like he will, because he's totally against it, man. He's trying to find ways. He's like Esau. He's trying to help his enemy. He's trying to stop the marriage. He's trying to stop, you know, this gospel being spread. And he's spreading darkness. What he spread, he's trying to keep his darkness going, and it ain't working. The Lord shut it out. Like I said, probably like 5 in his congregation. You know, so his ministry ain't fruitful. Our ministry is fruitful. We got brothers and sisters coming in every single day, and it's blowing up. You know, I look at the Pastor Elders Great Mill, so they said this thing started off real small. It wasn't a lot of brothers. Elder Oswald said they only had like 1 or 2 sisters in it. And now you look up, man, you got certain brothers got over 1,000 subscribers. They do a lesson, it's like 400 views in a couple hours, you know? Everybody flocking in. There's more believers flocking in. More brothers waking up doing the lesson. We got new brothers coming in. You know, Shalom to Hope, Grace, and Mercy. You know, new brothers. Man, I say it's a lot of Hebrew Israelite camps. You know, it's only, I feel like one camp doing it correctly, but there's a lot of camps everywhere. Now, the new thing now is to make a Hebrew Israelite camp. Get you 501c3 and, hey, Hebrew Israelite, brother, get off the curse. That's the new thing now. I noticed it ain't even like good to gang bang no more. All the niggas used to gang bang and be hood, they throwing Frenches on. They talking about I'm a Hebrew Israelite. They in a little nigga camp.
They throwing on dark shades.
Cussing out Esau. Hey, yeah, carrying a gun to camp. You know, hey, that's the new thing. Like it's not the new trend is not to be a gangster no more. The new trend is to be a Hebrew Israelite. You know, so you gotta, you know, it's a beautiful thing. You gotta get into the real house of David, the right doctrine. But nonetheless, let's say so many camps springing up. Like that's why Esau know he gotta do something. Like I don't want Jake ain't even smoking. Like Jake ain't gang banging no more. Jake ain't doing the drugs no more. Jake talking about Hebrew Israelite got Frenches on his t-shirt. Oh no!
I know there's more and more people stop eating pork. They're like, I don't eat that no more, man. A lot of people doing that now. Like,
so he losing revenue, losing money, and that, like I said, that's number one meat here in the Babylon the Great. So if Jake ain't eating pork no more, you know Jake's number one consumer. So if Jake ain't buying it no more, hey, Esau losing money. Esau ain't liking that. His economy, I think, a lot of it is built on pork. Pork, you know, lobster and shrimp and seafood. So without that, man, it ain't looking good for Esau, man. Curses coming up off us, man. Like that's Jake getting back healthy. Jake working out again. I know there's a lot of men, you know, hopefully the women follow behind. They still lagging behind, but the men are starting to get back in shape, work out, not eat pork. I think if we stay on that trend, though, the women might, you know, get their act together too and start working out and not eating pork and doing all that mess. Hopefully, I don't know. You know, Eve told her that devil, boy. I don't know.
I mean, it's gonna be a small remnant. Yeah,
we're gonna get a remnant. Yeah. We're gonna get a remnant. Eve is pretty lazy, man. Eve is pretty. She loves that devil. I know that she's more of a champion of Esau than the man is. And that's that serpent and Eve dynamic. I know that it's still here, big time. Eve fights over Esau's doctrine. Jesus saying, Jesus is not you back. Just come back about you.
Hey, matter of fact, the Bucks Deposit got on the Eve trying to debate with him on this comment.
You know what I'm saying? See? I don't know. A lot of Eve's got to just be destroyed, man. Eve is like, hey, she's a German Shepherd. She's a guard dog for Esau.
Right.
That's that winning. That's some curses, man. But in fact, I might get that since I said that, man. We on the curses, cause that's one of them too, man. That she have an evil eye towards her husband and her children. You see that big time.
Ooh, hey, you definitely see that, man. Especially them Eve, like if a Jake can't deal with her no more, he'll leave. And if they had a baby, the Eve would, kill the baby. Because the Jake men don't want to deal with her no more.
Well,
they
mistreat the babies.
Yeah.
Oh, you look just like your daddy. You getting the least of the stuff.
Right.
You ain't shit.
Yeah.
He ain't shit. You ain't shit. Your fuck ass daddy.
And now we seeing that happen to Esau though.
Yeah.
Hey, Esau a woman. Shit, Esau a woman over there cussing Esau out, trying to get Jake. Yeah.
Hey, getting that, I talked about that at work. Hey, get that divorce money.
Yeah.
So she get the divorce money, the dude she go get is a Jake. Now she's divorcing, getting the money, going to get her Tyrone. Right. And that's happening at a high clip. A high clip. This like, dang, it was him I couldn't get pregnant. Just go with Tyrone, she get pregnant. Hey, that's see, get her pregnant, man.
I thought I was big, nigga. Nah, it was you.
Hold on, I'm just looking for that. Find that curse about Eve, man.
Like, I got another quick one right here because when the Ark mentioned earlier, we coming. This is why we when the Ark mentioned earlier, that's why we saying we coming out. We hate Esau, because we hate Esau because Yahweh also hate Esau. And this is the spirit of King David right here. So this is Psalm 139 and verse. I'm gonna start at the point to be in verse 22, but I'm gonna start at verse 19. And it says, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O power, depart from me, therefore ye bloody men. So who was the bloody men? That's Esau Edom, who went around and pillaged and basically killed, steal, and destroy. That's the bloody men. Verse 20. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemy take thy name in vain. All right. So they take the Lord's name in vain. And it said, do I not hate them, O Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. All right, and that's the spirit that we coming in. So whenever you hear these devils saying that we a hate group, yeah, we're not a hate group like the KKK, but we hate Esau Edom, but because of the hatred that they spread throughout the four corners of the earth, specifically to Yahweh.
Because Yahweh you Esau the curses on us. That's how the curses came on us through Esau. Willie Lynch programming. That's the curses right there. That's why Eve hates her man, because he elevated Eve and told her man wasn't no good. Then he destroyed the Jake man in front of Eve, buck breaking, tar and feathering, destroying his image, just like they destroyed Yahweh's image. They destroyed the Israelite man's image.
You can actually read that Willie Lynch letter and it'll tell you the section where it said treat them like the male horse, like the breeding the horse. They basically reverse roles, because the man was supposed to be independent and the woman was supposed to be dependent. And he reversed that role, and then he said, as long as we keep the nation of Israel in this mind state, we'll be able to keep control of it. That's pretty much that whole Willie Lynch letter in a nutshell.
And it continues with the music, right? Because you look at all the songs, it's teaching Eve to be independent. Independent woman, rap songs, R&B songs, They keep putting in Eve's mind to be independent. That's why she keeps getting messed up, because she's not in tune with her man. And if she's not in tune with her man, she's not in tune with Yahweh Shah. And and it's the thing, but the head of the Lord is the man.
To elaborate even on that point right there, where every time we bring out this scripture where Apostle Paul says the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is a man. When we bring that out, those independent women, they get all in their feeling, they get vexed by that, okay? Because they still have their strong delusion that Esau Edom put on.
Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, who shall not eventually set her sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye should be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. You see that a lot in Yahshua. I know it's starting to come up a little bit, because now you got a lot of celebrity Eves like that was a lie. Strong independent woman was a lie. So that delusion is starting to come up. You're starting to learn the hard way. Passport brothers got them shook. They're like, man, don't leave, I'm sorry. Right. So now I'm just looking for Eve, because they started a little bit. They got the soft girl era. They starting to realize, oh, we need to be. Jake Man's making Eve be feminine again. So now they're starting to like put on an act, which in a minute it might get real, but now they're starting to realize like, oh, we better act feminine. Now our men are leaving us. Like I said earlier, the Israelite man can make other Israelites. He don't need the Israelite woman. That's why the Israelite woman need to get her act together, because really you're not needing to further the nation, because the man carries the seed. He can make another Israelite through another woman. So you better get your act together.
You got to do is read the book of Luke. Luke was the foresight. And he helped reinforce the Israelites.
King David.
Yeah, King David. Yep.
You know, the mighty king. So that proves like, hey, it's like woman, you gotta get out that delusion. You know, the Israelite man don't need you, but you need the Israelite man. You know, the other way around. The devil got you all messed up in the head. You know?
I'm gonna take Lingling and bring forth Bruce Leroy, and be good.
Right. God, it can happen, man. So that's why I've been looking at Eve like it's very detrimental for y'all to believe in this system. Don't you know, like, you know, you need your Israelite man. You do. You know, so you need to make yourself tailor fit for the Israelite man. Because these other women in the other nations, they know who's number one. And they trying to beat you to the punch. You know, you better get your act together, man. Like they say, they get mad. Kevin Samuels trying to tell them a little bit, and they put him but to death, man.
They did.
You know, he didn't have that cover.
They mocked when that man died and all of that.
He didn't have that cover, man. You can't be trying to get Eve right. You ain't got the cover of the Lord. They will kill you.
Yeah.
You know, they just said right there she have a hatred towards her husband. He felt the wrath of that, trying to tell her to do right and be a woman. They did not want to hear that. You know, but I think now since Passport Brothers done hit, because like he did lay out some damaging blows, because he woke up a lot of male Jakes, because he showed your foolishness to the world. They're still on display. So Jake, like, he probably watched a lot of Kevin Samuels videos. Some my passport and go like I said, go get me a Ling Ling. Go get me a Hamite. Go get me, you know, another type of woman, man. Eve is spinning, right? You know. So the damage has been dealt. So he's like, oh shoot, I better do right, man. Maybe they right, man. They don't want us no more. Like I watched one video, they went to a mixer in Dallas. All the Eves was there and did no man show up. I was like, yeah, Eve. You seen that? Yeah, Eve, they not liking you no more, man. Like you, Esau's made you the worst of the most undesirable woman on the face of the planet.
And you're supposed to be the most desirable.
God, because you look the most desirable. Like the Eve is the sexiest woman on the face of the planet. But your attitude, your spirit has been rotten to the core. And that's a product of Esau Edom ruining your mindset. That's their darkness in. And what you do is you spread darkness and misery throughout your whole household. And the Jake man is tired of dealing with it. And I'm gonna bring out another one. And this is why Jake killed another Jake who won't do nothing to Esau. Like Jake could be on the block, you know, either red, you know, some bloods, some crips. You know, another Jake walk down the street with another color on, and they'll go over and want to light Jake up. But Esau could walk down any block. And they, how you doing, sir? You know, most gangsters do, man. He give all love to Esau. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes should be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and towards the women of his children, which he shall lead. So it shows, man, Jake got that symptom too, man. These hood niggas, Pookie and Ray, you know, they want to kill each other on the block, even though that's coming up off us now. That's a good thing. The Jake man's getting his act together, man. That stuff starting to go by the wayside. That was a curse that was eating us up, man. You know, Jake wanted to do that gangsterism. Jake wanted to pimp out the women of his nation. You know, use them for money. But to tell you in the book not to do that, not to make the women, you know, harlots of your nation. Exactly. Don't be a whoremonger.
He said don't be no that shall be no sodomite of men of Israel, something like that. Paraphrase.
Yeah, so like he had hatred. They used to beat on, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, get out there and make my money and beat her up. That's really a Edomite mindset. That pimp mentality, that's an Edomite mindset, man. That's really hatred towards the women of your nation. You're supposed to be protecting your women, loving your women, not beating her up and telling her they're gonna sell the most, you know, the most precious thing on her body to another man for some money. That's horrible, man. That's why I see why the Lord put on my spirit. I tried to like do like that when I was young, but I couldn't. I could never be no pimp. But they tell you in Jake's nation, like the men idolize pimps. First it was Max, then pimps. You know, I was trying to be under that sway when I was young, but I couldn't do it. It wasn't in my spirit, man. I was like, I can't beat this Eve up and make her go sell her body. So I gotta get me a job. So it ain't even me to do that, man. My mother told me not to beat women, so I've been the world's worst pimp. I've been all nice. Can you please stop that selling? I can't beat on it. Then I start thinking like I'm gonna convince this woman to sell her body and ruin herself. Like I thought like that in my younger days when I was young. I'm like, I can't do that, man. I might as well get a job. Yeah, I can't be no pimp. Yes, being a Mac ain't in my future, And like, cause that's really horrible, man. But our nation, like I said, you went to do, they put in our nation as like that's the best thing to do. Like pimps look up to. And they started with that movie, The Mac, the black exploitation movie. That was Esau did that. First to keep us in curses, man.
I got a question right here. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 5. And it said, for this ye know that no whoremongers, nor unclean persons, nor covetous man who is an idolater have any inheritance in the kingdom of Amashiach and of Yahweh by Yahweh. All right, now when you go to that, when he said, for ye know that no whoremongers, all right, when you read that study to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. When you rightly divide the word of whore, we already know what whore is, but when you look up the word of monger, it basically said a person that specializes in the sale of. When you bring that word back together, and whoremonger, so a person that specializes in the sale of whore. All right, so that's what the ox is going into. So anybody that's claiming to be a pimp, they're not going to, inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. All right, matter of fact, they're going to be destroyed.
That's the thing with the Christian churches. They have you confused. They tell you a whoremonger is somebody who has sex a lot.
Yeah.
A whoremonger is a pimp.
Got everything all wrong, man. That full circle, man. That's the curse coming up off the Jake, man. Like I said, man, Jake ain't gang banging like that. Jake really ain't even pimping like that no more. That's another dying, It's dead. Pimping is dead, man. So that's going down, man. The men is getting their act together. Women like, man, they don't want to be hoes no more. They got a song, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a freak no more. She don't want to be a freak no more. Like, so, hey, the remedy is coming back, man. Jake is getting himself together, cleaning his act up, person coming up off us, and Jake is doing a whole lot better than he was back then. You know why? Now the light is out. The wisdom, not the understanding is out. Our heritage is now coming to the forefront, and Jake is now cleaning himself up, making himself rock and fit for Yahweh Shai. That woman getting her act together. She now realized she's been doing wrong, tired of getting abused on the block. So now she's like, you know what? Just like it says, as a nation, our nation is referred to a woman. Just like Eve right now. Now they realize that, hey, we off, man. We need our man back. So what they doing now, I'm trying to be feminine again. I'm trying to be what he like, her raps. I'm wrapping my hair up. I'm putting on my long skirt. I'm about to make myself presentable, man. Make myself holy and righteous. That way, I'm acceptable, man. I'm making myself valuable. I'm a value to him. To getting her cooking skills up. I know each time I'm about to get the sewing. All that old stuff they should have been doing, not coming back to it, man. He's like, I ain't about to be twerking no more. That's not doing me no justice. All I'm getting is Ray Ray. Now, like that one he said, I'm fringe hunting. Where them fringes at? And she know to get that, you got to be right. You got to know the word, you got to clean your act up and be an acceptable woman. So we're doing that as a nation. And Esau's hating that because now he's doing bad. The curse is coming off of him. So then I'm gonna bring this out. This Jeremiah once again was fire. This Isaiah 44 and 5. One shall say, I'm the Lord, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall scribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. So they go into the Ish people. We'll circle back on them devils. They was them trying to call ourselves the people in the name, and they don't even follow the laws and commandments. They follow the Talmud. That's another indication they ain't the people. They don't even follow the book. They don't keep the laws and commandments. I know they don't even do the Passover right. So I'm like, it's proving that you're not the people. We the people, man.
In fact, they actually glorify prostitution as well too. Women selling their bodies, and then if you read the Talmud, this is why we got all this wickedness crazy, because the ones that can control, technically, all of their system is based on their Talmud. If you really read that, you'll see why this wickedness is being spread throughout America, aka Babylon the Great. Because they actually glorify a woman selling their body. They don't think that's a sin.
And I think messing with little kids is
Yep, all of that. All the wickedness that you can see that's going on in America, aka Babylon the Great, that's in the Talmud. And that's who these people, that's the book that these people follow. They don't follow these scriptures.
Yeah. So now what's happened is, here we are, 2023, and now they've been known to be the liars. They don't fit the spiritual DNA. They don't have the curses on them. We did. And it's like, what's beautiful about it is we don't went through the curse. Now the curse is coming to fall for us. Now we're starting to reap the blessings of Yahweh, which, Lord willing, it turns into salvation and deliverance about this place. You know, Lord willing. So we're getting into that. We're going into that territory, man. That's why the devil coming out with great wrath. You know, Jacob's trouble about to come. We done figured it out. You know, and now the woman is hollering out to, you know, to the husband, which is Yahweh, you know, crying a sign, and we're ready for deliverance. And that's about to happen, man. Everybody can see it, man. They got eyes. Prophecy has been fulfilled. And Yahweh is like, you know what? I'm about to get my woman back. You know, she's acceptable. You know, she done went through her punishment. And, you know, now she got to act together, man. I do love her. You know, he always loved her. You know, even through our, you know, our bad stage, man, he never lost that love for us. So now that love, you know, it's like now he's going to redeem us, man. He's going to take us back. Because the love never wins. It's kind of like he was mad at her. You know, like dude, like love his old lady, but she did something bad. Be mad at her. Be like, man, I love that woman, man. And you're going to think about it like, man, this woman good. You know, a good time. You know, she's being remorseful. You know, she repenting. I'm about to take my woman back, man. And that's what Esau don't want, man. He trying to stop their marriage. Because, you know, once their marriage happens, then, hey, it's all bad for them, man. Then they're going to go like Og read earlier. They're going to go to handmaids and farm people, like Og said earlier. They're going to be pillows and footstools for us, man. They're going to build our kingdom up. So, we had a lovely time. Very lovely time. And we got to go through a hard push. The devil going to throw a hissy fit. Kind of like at the marriage, they tell, they get the announcer like, if anybody got objected to this, you know, say something about hold your feet. Esau like, no, that ain't no good. Yeah. You know, and everybody congregation like, man, get him out of here.
Choose of his brother.
Yeah, get him out of here, man. The marriage gonna go on. Ain't nothing the devil can do, but he gonna throw the cake over. He gonna throw some chairs. You know, he gonna try to disrupt it, but hey,
he gonna take the 2/3 with him.
Yeah, he gonna get the but they like, oh, I think so. I think they should get married. No, man, she a hoe, remember? No, man, don't marry her. Please don't marry her. She a hoe. She mess with Whoopie Whoop. You know? Hey, y'all sound like, hey, man. She back, man. We already talked about that. I already knew about that. Then, like you said earlier, trying to false accuse. Y'all said, like, I already knew about that, man. We already talked about it. I don't care, man. So, hey, man, you gonna snap it. Get him out of here. Take the ones with him. Take that crowd with him. We about to get the marriage on, you know, and everybody's in the marriage. Hey, we about to reap the benefits, man. We about to have a great celebration in the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we're part of that. So get your wedding garment on, y'all, brother. Clean your act up and get ready, man. We serve our prison sentence. We got our release date. It's coming soon. And, you know, that's like one of the most anxious parts, too. You get the release date, you know what I'm saying? You know, you about to get out, and then like my pastor would say, you get the release date, you about to get out. What's happening? Because we try to mess with you and try to prolong it.
Yeah, you try to stay in the cell, you try to stay locked in. Yeah, I ain't going out there. Fuck that. Other motherfuckers trying to come in and fuck with
you. Make sure you get your time extended. That's what Esau trying to do right now. Extend our time. You know, you might try to lift the little weights. He over there on the weights. This is my weights, punk. You know what I'm saying? Want to fight right now? Let's fight. You know, you like, man, we gotta be smart. Like, nah, you got it, man. Yeah. I'm getting out a little bit, man. I ain't got time to wrestle with you and you get more time. Nah, you trying to make me stay in here. That's Esau, man. Esau trying to extend our Christian thing. You like, you being smart. Like, no, I'm getting out. I got a circle on the calendar, you know? So, hey, whatever. I'm about to go back to my cell, read word, and meditate. Eat my little noodles, and get ready to get up out of here, man.
Do some push-ups, I'm out of here in 3 days.
Yeah, God. God, man. So that's a beautiful thing, man. It's release day, man. We got it, man. So, hey, we enjoy your spirit, man. You gotta watch out, cause the other inmates they're gonna try to rough you up. They're gonna try to provoke you into a fight to get your time up. Try to throw something in your cell. You got drugs.
It's like that Jake on Adam Malachi Byway got in his face.
God, trying to get him to, trying to convict him, trying to make it like a hate group. Like they said, you can't say we KKK. Like we ain't even out here fighting from the block. Like they understood Tiffany on that. So they're saying Esau was right there. The police, they tried. That was something they tried to get against us. That didn't work, man. I said nothing this devil do gonna work, man. He gonna lose because it was prophesied already he was gonna lose. God, perfect, man. So today y'all get what's up?
I got one more. I wanted to read it right here. This is Revelation chapter 12 and 9. And it says, the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now comes salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their life unto death.
Woo! That was powerful right there. That's powerful right there, man. They kind of like wrap everything up in the nutshell. That's why Esau come down with great wrath. Because he's about to be cast down. He's the accuser.
That's crystal right there, too.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's all full circle. I'm glad you said that. I wanted this to come out. We didn't get it, bro. I'm saying that reminded me, man. And this is the good news right here. This Revelation, this going to what we just talked about. This back that up. This Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You know, they put us in captivity, they about to go in captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. They killed our ancestors with the sword, man. Stabbed them up, broke the trial, used the sword, from the ancient sword, actual sword to a gun. So what's going to happen? That's about to turn on them.
To their vaccines.
God, to the thing. The juice, yeah. And so, and then here goes full circle, man. Here's the patience, the faith of the saints, man. You know, so we patiently waiting on y'all try to raise up the saints, 144,000. And when the saints go marching in, and they're going to, man, bust up everything Esau got, man. Esau got to get the yoke of honor on his neck. Or like he going to go into captivity. And that shows him losing rulership, losing power. When he's in rulership, he ain't going to have no more network, no power system, no jail system, no military, nothing, man. He going to be totally subject to us. Then he going to have to come to us for one of all things. Like, sir, can I get some chicken feet today? Can I, you know, can I go over here for the day? You know, can I get a day off? Can I not pick as many? You know, they got to go to us for everything, man. That's the good news. That's the gospel. You know, then we gonna get rest. We better kick our feet up on Esau's back and watch the other Edomites. Have Hamite be like a taskmaster. Like, hey, they picking my green. We'll go get them chicken eggs. Hey, is he finished with that outhouse? You know, that little the mini mansion I said to build over there. You know, and that's rest right there. All we gotta do is make sure our family's in order, make sure the babies is coming out on time, and make sure our wives to the curb. Then like our wives gonna have slaves. You don't snap her finger, Becky. Did you make sure I had some fresh tea today? Oh, you didn't. Tell
Did you sew that garment for my man?
God. Hey, you take it too long. Tell Boo Boo get the whip and beat her.
I told you to lace that garment in gold now. I didn't say that. Don't put that no ruby in there.
Tell it back, you look me in my eye, you look at the ground. Matter of fact, you know. And you make sure you clean that toilet before you leave too. I left some extra funky in her. So with that being said, you know, hey, with that being said, hope you've been edifying. They want to say, hey, all praise to the Lord too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakadash, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Baba Bob, Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, baby. He said, Wa Baba Bob, baby.
Baba Bob, Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom, Shalom, Akim